Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. In today's video I wanted to show you my beautiful and healthy Monstera Adansonii. Now you won't believe guys, couple of months back, that is in the month of January, when there was renovation and painting going on, this was one of the plant that was extremely affected and it was almost on the verge of dying. I had lost all hopes, but then there was a little bit of a life left in it and I gave all the care possible. I gave all the attention. You can see now the leaves are very green, a good amount of fenestration, but this was not the case back then in January. So here you can see this is where the issue was. You can see this is the main mother stem. It's completely dried off. I still went ahead and rolled it against the coir rope. As you can see, this is the mother stem. I have left it as it is. The roots were very healthy, so it started sprouting a lot of new growth from the root area, but the mother stem does not have any leaves. I have left it as it is. I do not want to touch it. If anything goes wrong, the plant might get affected, so I'm leaving it as it is. Another thing what you can notice is the upper layer of soil. I have used a lot of dry leaves. This tends to work out really well for our foliage plants. A lot of people tend to purchase leaf compost or leaf mold. Guys, we already have it at our home, which we tend to throw it off. Do not throw your waste tea leaves. You can wash it and then use it on the upper layer of soil. It has a good value of NPK. It works as a mulch in case if you have a lot of weeds that tend to grow. If you are going to put this as a mulch on the upper layer of soil, you won't have much of weeds growing, a lot of those wild grass growing. And apart from that, it also gives nutrition to your soil and it also retains slight amount of moisture, which most of our foliage plants love. So I have been doing that, but very important, wash the tea leaves before you use it in your pot. Now it has already started to rain, so I'll quickly finish up the video. I have used a large pole because the Adansonii is a epiphytic plant. As and when the plant will start to grow, it will attach itself onto this coir rope and it will start growing vertically. I'm very happy with this plant that it did recover from that trauma that it had during the painting and the renovation section. I had almost lost hope, but luckily it's doing quite well. It is being kept in indirect bright light. I'm not offering any direct sunlight because direct sunlight can damage the plant. I will also show you how this plant tends to multiply. If I'm going to show it to you, because right now it is not climbing onto the pole, otherwise the nodes would be visible. But here you can see in the soil, this is how the nodes tend to look like. How we usually tend to do a propagation for a philodendron, it is the same process, whether it's philodendron or whether it's pothos. We tend to do the cutting beneath the node, the same process of multiplying this plant. I'm not going to be doing it right now because I want it to trail on the vertical pole and then probably I can do a cutting, but as of now I'm just going to leave it as it is. You could have seen how the nodes tend to look like. So give the basic care requirements, which is ensure that you have a loose, porous and well draining soil mix. I have used coco peat, garden soil, sand and perlite. You can use the same mix. A lot of people also tend to grow this plant in soilless media as well. Whichever you are comfortable with, you can go with the soil mix, either with soil or without soil. You can even grow it in water propagation as well, but ideally I have seen a lot of people say that when you tend to water propagate this plant, the leaves tend to come up smaller. So if you have that issue, then transfer it into the soil or a soilless media and it's going to work out really well. Give it a good amount of indirect bright light. Avoid afternoon direct sunlight or long hours of direct sunlight, otherwise the leaves will get burnt. They will start turning brown and crisp. So give them a good amount of indirect bright light with a good amount of air circulation. Talking about fertilizers, the best thing what you can do is go with a liquid based fertilizer. You can give it during the summer season because that's when the plant is in its active growing period. Please do not use fertilizers during the winter season because that's when the plant tends to slow down its growth. Whenever a plant is slowing down its growth, please do not use fertilizers. It basically means that the plant is kind of going into either a full dormancy or a partial dormancy, because all these philodendrons, monsteras, these all belong to the tropical environment. Basically they prefer warmer environment. The moment it is very cold, they kind of shut down on their growth. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.